What's going on, guys? It's BZ here, and today I'm going to be talking about a very weird story. Happened when I was in year 8, which, well, for you Americans, I don't know what that is, to be honest. I mean, just Google it, there'll be something. Yeah, and so the way my school works is a 3-tiered school system. You have first school, which you go up to year 4, middle school to year 8, and high school to year 11. Okay, and at the moment, well, at this point in the story, I was in year 8, towards the end of it, and I mean, the year was just relaxed, so I decided I was going to go on the ski trip. So this took place while I was in France, and it involves 2 of my class teachers that actually came on the trip, and as you can tell by the title, cheating teachers. Now, although I didn't really catch them doing something really, you know, in depth, I did actually catch them quite well, as you see. So it was, I think it was like halfway through the week, we came back from skiing, everyone was chilling, we got some free time, and everything was good. So I'm going to refer to the 2 teachers as Miss P, who actually had a fiance, and Mr. C, who had a girlfriend at the time. I mean, as I was at the end of year 8, I mean, I never really heard anything from them, because I left after 3 months to go to high school, so yeah. So, I mean, it had been weird behaviour from both of them. Like, they've been acting around each other like you never saw them apart, really. And yeah, they were always sat together at the staff table, and yeah, I mean, that kind of shit. And at one time, well, I was going up the stairs, heading to the game room. All my mates were, you know, that's where we went for our free time before we went out and got like one of those chocolate pancakes, which are fucking dank, by the way. Yeah, so I was heading up the stairs, and I nudged one of my mates. Well, me and my mate nudged another mate, alright? And he got pushed into the hotel corridor, which was just above ours, which the staff room was on, or one of them. And he pushed in the corridor, he fell on the floor, he laid there, and he kind of just stopped for a minute. Then he got up and immediately sprinted out of there. So, he comes back and he's like, I've just seen something you won't believe. Miss P is in there kissing with Mr. Cowdrey. I was like, so, did they see you? And he's like, no, they're at the very bottom of the corridor. And these corridors were very long, so it made sense. But I didn't quite believe him, so I wanted to check for myself. So at the time, I just bought a baguette because, well, French tradition. No offence, man. And I had a bit left, so I chucked my baguette in the corridor as a little excuse to go in there without looking too weird. So I chucked it in, I walked in, and I sure did spot it. I did see exactly what he said, Mrs. P and Mr. C. Getting it groovy in the corridor, and yeah, I mean, the worst thing was that they spotted me as well. That wasn't great at all, yeah. So, I immediately ran out there, fuck the baguette, I didn't want it, I threw it at the floor for a reason, and I ran out. I ran to the games room, I left it. And like, well, at dinner time, which must have been a few hours on, the head of the ski trip, which was like, he was the big guy, the big man in charge, and he brought me out, he was like, I heard you were bugging 2 of our teachers earlier. And I was like, I don't know what you're on about. And he's like, Mrs. P and Mr. C told me that you were annoying them. I was like, I don't know what they're on about. I walked in the corridor and they were there and I immediately left. And he was like, well, they shouted for you. And I was like, I didn't hear it. And that was basically it. That's what he said. And now, the ski room we were in was a room of 4. It was situated as 1 bunk bed in the corridor of the room and 2 single beds at the main room where the TV was. I'll try and get a picture up. I'll probably find one. So, 2 of my mates were on the bunk bed. I mean, they were asleep. They were just gone. Me and my other mate were sat on the single bed, you know, just chilling. Had a phone, I had some quiet music going. We were just chilling. It must have been about 2 in the morning. I mean, it's stupid now I think, 'cause we had to be up by 8 o'clock, but yeah. It was 2 in the morning, sat on a phone, just relaxing. And there was a weird noise that started in the room above. Now, please note, the room above was in fact Mr. C's, or it might have been Mrs. P's. I don't know which one, if it was the woman's or the man's, but it was one of them, okay? And there was a very weird banging noise. And I mean, you can kind of tell where this is going. The noise wasn't like mechanical, it was very random. Like, but in an order fashion. You know what I'm trying to say? And I mean, I just looked up at the roof, and my mate on the other bed looked up too, and we both had the same kind of idea. Something was definitely going on. I mean, even the light bulb that was hanging down was starting to shudder, like it was going slightly from side to side. Like, don't get me wrong, this wasn't a massive bang. The light bulb wasn't flying all over the shop. It was literally just kind of twizzling about. I mean, I don't know how my mate slept through it, to be honest, but I looked over at him, and he came out with the worst thing I wanted to hear. It went by, "He's doing a good job." I mean, at that point, I just wanted to sleep and forget I heard it. But something was definitely going on. But the thing that creeps me is the staff room worked as the man's was on our floor and the woman's was on the floor above. And that room above us was Miss P's room with two other teachers. But that banging noise was coming directly from the room above. You can just hear it. And, well, I don't even want to know what was going on. I mean, there must have been two other teachers in there as well. I don't know what it was. And it was just horrible. You could kind of hear noises as well, almost talking. I don't really want to know. So yeah, it was a very, very weird experience for year 8 young BZ to be listening into. Alright, and after that, I'm pretty sure it stopped after about 5 minutes. Good timing, and I just went to sleep. I didn't want to hear anything. Woke up the next morning, went on the ski slopes. Same as it was the other days. They were always together at lunch, breakfast, and dinner. I don't know why they did in that order, but it was just horrible. Okay, I don't even want to know, man. It was just strange. They never looked at me the same way. I mean, they always just stared me down if they saw me at school after that. It was horrific. Subscribe, hit that like button to support the channel, and yeah. So the background gameplay will most likely be Black Ops 4. I think so, as I'm downloading it right now and it's due to fully release tonight. If you want to hear more stories, tune in. Alright, peace out.